What I wanted to do is take a look at this video and just make a quick comment about it. At one point we get to the example where the question is asked, if x squared is 81, what is x? And the answer in the video goes something like this.
One possibility is that x equals 9. When we plug that into the original equation, we square 9 and we get 81. So x equals 9 checks out as one of our solutions. But there's also another number we could square to get 81. That number is negative 9. When we plug that back into the original equation, negative 9 squared equals 81. So negative 9 also works out.
What you're going to find is that a lot of times in mathematics, according to what level you're working with, x squared equals 81 will work out to have two answers. X is equal to plus or minus 9. And a lot of times in mathematics you'll find when the lesson's being presented and you run across x squared equals 81, you'll find that the answer listed is simply 9. Sometimes the answer listed is only listed as what is called the principal square root. The principal square root is only the positive version of the square root. Let's go to the area where they're solving this by taking the square root of both sides.
This shows us something important about solving equations where the variable is squared. When we solve one-step equations where the variable is squared, we will get two answers, and they will be opposite numbers, like here when we just got 9 and negative 9. Now that we know that, we can write the answers to equations like this as x equals positive and negative 9. We use this new symbol, plus or minus, right in front of the 9. Another way to solve this equation would be to solve it like other algebra equations by isolating x. Remember, the square root of x squared is just x, so we can take the square root of the left side and we will just end up with x. But as with any algebra equation, we have to keep the equation in balance by making sure to apply all operations to both sides. That means we would have to take the square root of 81 as well. We know that's 9, but again, since the square root is asking us to find a number that, when multiplied by itself, equals 81, we can also use the negative 9 here.
Again, what's going on here is that what they're trying to say is that the square root of 81 is equal to plus or minus 9. That is correct. However, on many worksheets and in a lot of lessons, if you were given the question, what is the square root of 81, and you look up the answer, you're going to see that it's just listed as 9. Once again, they may just be listing the principal square root. Now, this may be confusing, but when you get to higher applications of mathematics, you'll understand when you need to use plus or minus 9 and when you need to use 9. Right now, I'm not too concerned about it. I know on the worksheet that we have or had that the answer to the questions about equations like p squared equals 16, the answer in the answer key might be something like p equals 4. It may be more correct to say plus or minus 4. However, a lot of times in these situations, they just list the principal square root. So if you're seeing some disagreement in your work or in the information presented, this is where it's coming from. Whether or not the teacher or the application is requiring just the principal square root or the plus or minus version of the answer. So this will become clearer as we go through the course. Right now, either one is okay.